Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a live broadcast. That sounds very fancy. Ooh. It sounds fancy, but when you don't have the proper equipment, sometimes cameras fall on their face. Let me just get some things set up here. So today we're going to be doing a play along with a book by the name of Maze. This one. The one you saw in the thumbnail. And just gotta get my chat window up here so I can see what everyone is saying. Otherwise, it won't be much of a play along. Oh, I can actually see you on the screen though. Hello, Totally ASMR. How are you doing? I would say good morning because it's morning where I am, but not where you are. Hi, Snazzy Top Hat. Yeah, thanks for joining. I think it will be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Okay, yeah, there we go. I can see stuff. It's 2000 hours, or 20 hours. I'm not sure how you'd even say that. Okay, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. in Germany, huh? Okay. That's cool. It's a brisk morning here in Central California. All right. So I'm gonna actually start by reading a little introduction and then also a couple tips just to kind of get us on the right track. This book, Maze, was published in 1985 by Christopher Manson, and it was most likely the world's most popular visual puzzle until the computer game Myst was released in 1993, which was actually based on the maze archetype. Maze was also the first of a new generation of puzzle, the immersive visual puzzle, paving the way for such games as Myst, Tomb Raider, and Portal. Oh, thanks. Bernie says he likes the highlights in my hair. I just got them done. I thought I'd give purple a try. So Maze is a picture book filled with 45 black and white hand-drawn rooms. On the face page is a conversation between the visitors and the guide. Each room and the bits of conversation that go with it contain several puzzles. Sometimes the puzzles indicate the correct door to take, at other times that you may have taken a wrong turn or that all hope is lost. Maze is played by turning to the page number indicated on the door to pass through that door. Despite having only 45 rooms, the number of connections between the rooms makes mapping maze practically impossible. The structure of the maze is multi-goal, non-continuous, and overlapping. Sorry, I just had breakfast. Let's see, what else does it say here? Mapping the maze is peanuts compared to the puzzles. Solving more than a handful of puzzles is momentarily difficult. True to its title, it is the world's most difficult puzzle. Yes. So it's pretty challenging, But we'll see how we fare with putting our brains together for this one. There's apparently over 116 puzzles in the entire book. Yeah. So that's that. And then before I flip my camera angle here, I have a couple, we'll get to this really quickly. Just a couple of like tips that might help us. So, let's see. It says the clues in the text can come from any source. Things that the visitors say, things that the guide says, things that the guide even thinks to himself can be a clue, or even the descriptions of the room can have clues. Even the interplay of words between all four of these sources can also be clues. If it says if the problem solving that you're trying to do is getting overly complicated, then you're probably wrong. Look for words and phrases, look for combinations of simple concepts. Look for numbers, but not usually math. Red herrings are rare, and fluff is common. Expect every room to present a unique challenge. Oh, hello, the Joe Cage, or Joke, oh, Jokage, nice. Yeah, alright, so let's just get started, huh? Alright, y'all, so just hold tight. I'm gonna gently as possible move you to this little holster I have so that you can hover above me, above the book. Hold on. Alrighty. Alright, are you guys nice and tight in there, nice and secure? Yeah, I think so. Oh, we're upside down again. Okay. Every time I do this, the camera orients itself differently, so. Alright, is that better? Alright. Alrighty. Okay, I think we're set. Just a couple last minute adjustments. Alright, everyone, let's get started, huh? Oh yeah, there's no real leading clues, that's true. Okay. So here's some basic directions. Again, this book is not really a book. This is a building in the shape of a book, a maze. Each numbered page depicts a room in the maze. The doors in each room lead to other rooms. For example, the room on page 1 has doors leading to rooms 20, 26, 41, and 21. To go through the door numbers, simply turn to that page. Your challenge is to find your way from room 1 to room 45, which is the center of the maze, and then back to room 1 using the shortest possible path. If you use your head, you should be able to make the journey in only 16 steps. There are any number of clues in the drawings in the story to help you choose the right door in each room. Clues in a series of rooms may relate to one another, and they may indicate a path. Other clues may refer to a specific door in a single room. Anything in this book might be a clue. Not all clues are necessarily trustworthy. Once you've found the shortest path in and out, then we can challenge ourselves further, which I don't think we'll get to, but yeah. All right, let's get started. Okay, the maze. I met them at the gate, though I usually wait inside. Preoccupied with their own thoughts, impatient like so many children, they didn't see who I really was. They never noticed my crown, my pain, the fire in my eyes. Like all the others, they think the maze was made for them. Actually, it's the other way around. They think I am some poet who will lead them through the symbols and spaces of this underworld. They think I will teach them lessons. They should call me Cerebus. I am the lesson. The monstrous walls rise up and run away as far as the human eye can see, circling and dividing. Which half is the maze? Even I get lost. It changes, sometimes slowly, imperceptibly, sometimes suddenly. This house is not only made of stone and mortar, wood and paint, it is made of time and mystery, hope and fear. Construction never stops. I'll take some pride in my role as the architect. They think I will guide them to the center. Perhaps I will. The sun was very hot. Together we walked through the gate into, and then every little section ends with like a dot, 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 because that's when you're supposed to choose what door to go to. All right. Okay, so here's our first official room in the maze. It says the entrance hall of the maze. They looked carefully at the bronze doors, trying to choose. The uncertainty of the visitors is one of my little pleasures. It's easy to get lost, I said hopefully, helpfully. This can be a sinister place. The sun glared at me through the gateway. Something was ringing behind one of the doors. They spent some time trying to decide which door it was, not understanding that the silences of the maze are as eloquent as the sounds. Decisions, decisions, one said. Too many decisions. Story of my life, said another one. We don't want to be late, said a third, opening one of the doors. Nary a soul to be seen, said the first, peering into the gloom. I waited patiently for them to choose which way to go. All right, guys, so we have 4 doors. One, 2, 3, 4. The numbers are 20, 26, 41, 21. We can see that it says story, fable, tale, and yarn above each of these doors, and then on each of these doors is an image. So this one has a drum, like the instrument, and this one has like a teacup on it. This one has what looks like a milk bottle, and this one has an apple on it. And then I have no idea what all these little symbols in front here mean. But it looks like there's a little piece of paper sticking out from underneath this door, like it used to be attached to these symbols somehow. Yeah, we did try a few of the doors last time. So since we're starting over, I figured we can just kind of decide as a group what to go for. And, you know, we may encounter some of the same things, or we might encounter new things. I don't remember what the sequences were last time either. All right, everyone, so it's time to decide which door will we go in. Story, fable, and tale all mean the same thing. They're all synonyms. Yarn stands out. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but just something I noticed. We don't have to think too hard if you guys don't want to. We can just pick one and see where it takes us. It's all part of the adventure, right? Okay. 26. We have 2 votes for 26, huh? You don't know why. You just have an intuition about it, huh? Okay. I think 26 is a good one. Yeah, let's go. All right. Well, this is definitely a different room than I think we did last time. Okay. If you're hearing children screaming, it's because there's a playground right outside of my bedroom window. And I apologize. It is Saturday morning. They're out there having fun. Alrighty, so this definitely looks like a theater of sorts, though all the stage actors appear to be some kind of mechanized puppets that all look like the devil. Alright, so it says a dramatic room with 4 entrances and exits. Not enough light in here, they all remarked. Not very tidy either. Which way now, children? I ask with my most patronizing voice. They objected to my tone, but it distracted them from the real clues. The game usually goes as I plan it, despite the intentions of my visitors, or perhaps because of their intentions. What the devil is this supposed to be? One asked. They gathered around as I realized they were close to something. I quickly picked up the bell, ringing it loudly. Was this what you heard outside? Holding their ears, they chose the door. Ah, okay, so this was the bell ringing that we heard from the last room. Apparently someone was ringing it. Maybe it was one of these dudes here. I find it odd that there are like permanent residents in a place like this. Because they seem to be real people, right? Oh, ringing a bell. That kind of makes me wonder, because one of the tips that we had was saying that the maze is made of time or something, so maybe there's like some time loops or something in the maze as well. 4 devils. You see 4? Oh, yeah, there's a 4th one here under this, coming out of the floor here. All right, so we have 4 doors again. The numbers are 30, 36, 38, and 1, which means that would take us back to the beginning. Yeah. So then that one, may or may not be a good sign. Let's see, Bernie's asking, what is the salt for? Oh. I'm not sure. He's salting the letter A. We have a planet up here is Saturn. There's a giant moon hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, and we're in a theater, which might the setting itself might be a clue. So an S and an A, 4 devils. There's that bell. He's a salty devil, that's funny. Or is A in the hint? Is A in the hint? I mean, it's in the picture. I don't necessarily see it in the dialogue. Yeah. Apparently a lot of these riddles are very like language based, so kind of playing with words, I think, a little bit. Devil, maybe S is for Satan. We have Saturn that begins with S. I don't know what the A would stand for. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I wonder if there's an L or a T somewhere. I don't see anything. Well, maybe they're implying, I mean, it's not even subtly implying salt. Sometimes the clues are trying to point to a particular number, so I'm not sure if we converted the letters into numbers and then added them together, maybe that might tell us where to go. A is for audience. Oh, that's a good one. And there's 2 audience members if you don't count ourselves and whoever else is with us. 1, 2, 4. You know what? I think maybe salt might be it because maybe the L and the T are still with these other devils. Right? Like S, A, L, T. They just aren't showing the letters yet. S is 19. Okay. Let me get my little notepad here. Do some basic math. So S is 19. Right. A would be 1, obviously. 19 and 1 don't add up to any of those numbers. What could lead to 36 or 30? L would be, let's see. What number is L? A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. 12? Did I do that right? And then T. Wait. ST, so that'd be 20. Those add up to... Okay, those add up to 42, which... Yeah, that doesn't make any of these numbers either. we add just the two, the L and the T, that equals 32, which also is not a number on here. So Bernie says the word salt, like the top one, is the salt. The middle one forms an L. And the left isn't seen yet. Okay, alright, give me just a second. My cat is whining and I have to put him somewhere. Hold on a sec. Okay, any decisions? We can just go for a random door if you guys are feeling like that. Adventurous. Yeah, that was Boyd. He's very whiny. He's such a baby. Yeah, so a lot of these are going to be pretty difficult. I mean, we can definitely still try it. But if it starts to get too hard, we can just pick a random door and start going through it just so we can, like, you know, keep chugging along. Yeah, many undefined hints. That's true. I feel like we're on the right path, though. Salt. You think the bell is pointing to 36? The trident? Yes. There's only one trident. I think that might be a foreboding sign, actually. The trident. I do recall seeing a devil's pitchfork exactly like this in one of the rooms that basically leads to a bad place that we don't want to end up. I would think that that's a foreboding sign. So then perhaps one of these two. Okay, let's just go with 30 then. There's no devil in front of that door. So I think that feels safe enough. Ah, yes, another room we have not seen, so this is possibly a good sign. Possibly. There's definitely some arrows pointing. Huh, interesting. Okay. So the dialogue says, room number 30, What a beautiful door, the others are so plain, I said. It's meant to influence our decision, said another. Perhaps this has been done so well we will not choose this door, said the thoughtful one. They wanted to know what the letters meant. Obviously, they meant something, and I said so. Yes, but why O and U? What special significance can they have for us? The more confused they became, the more I enjoyed it. No matter how many times I've been through this, I'm always fascinated. Leaving the room and all it contained behind us, we entered ... Y, O, and U, to me, because the person asked why, the letters O and U, but that means they also literally said Y-O-U, which would be the word you. Okay, yeah, so room 1 makes no sense at all. 10 apples? Okay, you counted 10 apples on the tree. The letter F could be counted as 6. Oh, because it's number 6 on the clock. You're right. No, 6 would be E. Well, if you're going by time, this would be 12, this would be 6. So that would be like, well, that'd be right between 7 and 8 if that was a clock. But yeah, I see that that's the 6th letter in the alphabet, so maybe that could be 6 or 7.5. Too bad there's no half doors. If no Eve is a strange sign, the hand down here on the floor is pointed towards this open door, number 15. Yeah. E is 5. E is 5. Okay. The minute hand? Yeah, the hour hand and the minute hand. Oh, well, by minutes, that would be 30, 35. Oh, it'd be like 30. Maybe that'd be 30 something? No, that doesn't make sense either. Sometimes the most obvious one is the way, is what one of the clues, or one of our hints, was telling us. The tips that I read in the beginning. O is 15, U is 21. The clock doesn't have 12 parts. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just write down our numbers, our letters here. So F is 6. There's an O. Oh, right, because O and U. O is 15. U is 21. Okay, so that's like... that's 42. So if we add F, O, and U together, that equals 42. That's the first time we've gotten an actual distinct number to go through. Faux Eve. Oh, are you trying to rearrange these letters here. They definitely seem like they're supposed to be rearranged into something. Like an anagram, I think is what it's called. Yeah, okay. Do we want to just go through 42 then? All right. Another new room. So, the next room, in one corner, a savage animal appeared, ready to leap out, roaring, rending its tusk and claw. But it was only a bit of taxidermy after all. I suggested they might wish to hang up their coats before going on. How will we find them? One asked. We might not pass through here again. I assured them I would help them to return. You can count on me, I said sincerely. Still, they wouldn't leave anything behind. Opening one of the doors, we made our way to... Oh, this one looks very much like a classroom or something. Okay, let me just... There we go. Okay. You can tell I've never been on this page because I have to crease it. So far, we're doing better than I've ever done on my own. Yes. Oh, there's 5 doors now this time. Okay. So we have 22, 34, 25, and 37. And there's a lot of different things going on here. So this sign here says, saints that way, sinners this way. Well, that's very divisive, isn't it? I'm like, I can't even tell where it's pointing. But there's definitely a clear distinction of like right and wrong. So this door has a pair of scissors. This has the salt and pepper. So we're seeing the salt again, which is interesting. That could be maybe something indicating the right way. This one has a picture of a pear. And this one has some dice on it, which are displaying dots. That, if we count the dots, that might be something. There's 2 pairs of boots in the middle of the room and one by itself off to the side. Here's the coat rack that the guide was pointing us out to. It has a top hat and looks like someone else left their coat here as well. Then there's this strange umbrella holder here that has an umbrella and a cane, possibly another cane or walking stick type thing. And the whole thing looks like an elephant's foot. There's just so much going on here. The floor is made of wooden slats, and there is a picture up here of a 4-legged animal. We only see its feet though. I'm inclined to say it's like a bear, a polar bear. That's what it looks like anyway. You said the dots on the dice are wrong. Oh yes, because this one has 1 dot and 1 dot. Yeah, one of those is supposed to have 3, not 1, right? What could that possibly mean? Something is supposed to be 3 instead of 1. Yeah, there's a missing boot. Someone apparently left one of their boots behind. Maybe the other one is still with that person. Yeah, saints and sinners, salt and pepper, pear, dice, scissors, a pair, oh, a pair of scissors, a pair of salt and pepper shakers, a literal pear, and a pair of dice. So they all have that in common. I don't know what that would mean though. We have pairs of boots here, but then one's off. We have a pair of dice, but one of the dots is off. Or two of the dots is off, technically. There is no dice showing two sides of a one. A pear and a bear. Pear and bear rhyme, that's true. Let me just go over the dialogue again. Maybe it's in the corner. The dialogue points out the savage animal, ready to leap out, roaring, rending with tusk and claw. But it's just a bit of taxidermy. The guide suggests that we hang up our coats, and which the guide suggests we hang up our coats, which almost, I wonder if that means that we will come back through here again. I don't know if I trust the guide though. He might be leading us astray. I assured them I would help them return. Yeah, that's what he says. They won't leave anything behind though. Okay, well, I don't know. The elephant foot shows 3 toenails. Yeah, 3. 30 is different. Yeah, 30 is definitely different than the other 4 doors. In a lot of ways. Bear, pear, 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 bear. I don't know. I feel like that door is obviously different, but then like, I don't know. I'm kind of like hesitant. One of 3 pairs of boots is incomplete. So there's another number 3. Yeah, okay. Because there would be 3 pairs of boots, but one's missing. The pair of dice is supposed to have a number 3, but it's been replaced by a 1. The elephant has 3 toenails. And there's 3 items in the elephant container, elephant foot container. Pairs of 3. Pairs of 3. 3s come in pairs. So where do we put the 3? Well, this missing boot is right in front of this door. And the elephant and the coat rack are like, or the elephant foot coat rack, they're all right by this door. So I don't know, maybe these are the clues that say we should go through 37. The saints and sinners, it's just so polarizing. And it's also not clear which ways it's pointing, you know? So I'm kind of like, I don't know. That's a little too confusing. I feel like a lot of clues are pointing to this door. One of the boots is uneven. Are you talking about this one? It's kind of slouching. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say let's go through 37. Because I just feel like there's so many clues pointing that way. If anyone severely objects, please speak your piece now. Okay. Alright. Another room I've not been to, and I must crease the book. Okay. What do we have here? Looks like 4 doors. Oh, I see the dice again. I kind of feel like that's a good sign, but I don't know. It's always, it's you can't really be too sure of anything. Oh, if the stream quality's laggy, I don't know. I don't think there's much I can do about that. Alright, so this dialogue says, a long open room with no roof. What is going on here, they wondered. Sometimes important messages are couched in ambiguous terms, I said. That net may help you catch the answer to your question. They looked doubtful. We must look at this room from all sides before we make a decision. At last, they were learning. They really couldn't decide which way to go. Half of them wanted to go one way, half another. They were close to splitting up when there was a rattling sound from one of the doors was shaken from the other side. They all stopped talking and moved closer together. They soon agreed on a direction, and we departed for... So the last time we passed through a door where we found whatever the sound was, where we found that seemed to put us on a... So it's a good path. I think we seem to be on a good path so far. Change the stream quality before because it's fine for me. I honestly don't know how to change the stream quality. I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, no. It's only giving me like filter options. Well, that's frustrating if you guys can't see the picture. Or let me just describe what's going on. Maybe that'll help. So there's 4 doors. 1, 2, 3, 4. The numbers are 15, 10, 42, and 20. 42 and 20 are open. I think that's pretty clear, right? And these ones are closed. We heard a rattling sound coming from one of the closed doors, which I'm inclined to follow. There's several objects in the foreground here. So there's a giant sphere on this table here, and also a bottle with a cork in it. There's the net hanging off of the table here. There's another giant kind of vase bottle shape here. A very geometric cone. And then 2 giant dice. Interesting, one of the dice has a blank side that's facing up. The numbers on the dice show there's a single dot here. There's 5 dots on this face. This one over here has the single, the 2 dots on top, and then 3 here on the shadow side. So 1, 2, 3. And this one has 5 and 1. Yeah, it does have a blank side. That is very distinct, isn't it? I just noticed that the way the light is cast on this net, it's making a perfect circle, like a perfect ring, with the leg of this table right at the center of that ring. It's very, specific placement there might mean something. What number is missing on this side? Oh, that's a good question. If a 4 was missing, the 2 top numbers would be 42. Let's see. What the dots that are showing would be 6 and 6. So both of these dies are displaying 6. 6, 6. Don't know what significance that has. Two opposing sides of the dice add to 7. I'm not sure what you mean by opposing sides. There's a dangling ladder here. There's also some eye shapes carved into the stone between each of these doors. Even over here and over here. $15. Well, this one's 1, 5. This one's 3, 1. The leg of the table would make like a 1, and then like the shadow of the net would make a 0, so it could be 10. Okay, so the numbers that are on the bottom of the dice would be I'm not sure. 6 is opposite of 1, and the 5 would be this die would have 4 facing downward. I think this one would also have 4 facing downward. Because 4 and 2 would be opposite. 5 and 3 would be opposite. 1 and 6 would be opposite. I think. I don't have a pair of dice with me right now to confirm. I don't know where you're getting 2 plus 5. This is a 1 over here. This is a single dot. This is 5. Okay, the shadows are going opposite of each other. Oh, do you mean how this one is, the shadows kind of coming slightly towards us and these ones are going away from us. Is that what you're referring to? Jokage? Oh, that's actually Boyge's brother, Mao, crying. I figures a second ago live, like the cats just freak out. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It could mean that the light source is close by. That would cause the shadows to diverge like that. Meaning the light source would be like pretty nearby in the room. Okay, do we have any votes for any particular room? 15, 10, 42, or 20? Yeah, his name's Mao. M-A-U, Mao. Okay, no vote. Well then how about I would say I generally am inclined to narrow it down to the two closed doors. Because we heard that rattling behind the door, and like I feel like that's a clue, you know, pointing us in the direction. Yeah, and that's so 15 or 20 or 15 or 10. I'm inclined to say 10 because of this shadow. I'm just very intrigued by this shadow that makes kind of like a number 10, kind of. Actually, that shadow makes like a 10 also. Okay. The missing dice number must be a 4. I think it might be a 4 or a 2. Yeah. Okay, so number 10. Any objections before we go? All right. Well, all of these pages I need to crease is definitely very telling. These are paths I've not taken before, which I'm inclined to say is good. All right, so the new room, a room that smelled of paint. Faint voices, apparently in an argument, came from behind the locked door. You know, one said, that sounds like us in there. They tried the door, but naturally it wouldn't open. The voices stopped when the doorknob rattled. One picked up the umbrella. It may rain where we're going. I signaled my approval, and after a short rest, we chose. So that's really interesting that it says that, you know, that sounds like us in there, and then we like tried to open the door, and then the voices stopped. Which is literally what just happened in the room we came from. Which I'm inclined to say that's like our future selves, like giving us clues or something, or our past selves. I'm not sure. One or the other. Which is interesting. Again, with the whole time loops thing, maybe being part of what's going on here. So you say the umbrella points to 41? Yeah. The umbrella's pointing to 41. Yeah, okay, so the room has 3 possible doors. One door that's blank, which may be the one we just came from, because we can't go through it from this side. And yeah, there's lots of stuff here. So we have 34, 41, and 14. 41 and 14 are mirroring each other. interestingly enough. How's the image quality? Is it still kind of blurry? That's really unfortunate. Okay, my battery is actually getting low on my phone, so we might have to wrap it up. Pick back up on another time. Okay, the image is good for you now? Okay, I'm glad to hear that. You think we're off course, huh, Bernie? Okay. What makes you think that? There are only open doors leading out. We haven't taken any open doors yet. What do you mean by there's only open doors leading out? So we have a picture of a volcano, we have a ladder with paint on top here, paintbrushes. There's a bed, which that's pretty interesting. An umbrella pointing to 41. 41 has half of a door open and the other half closed. 14 has both doors open. The one we can't go through has both doors closed. And of course this one is just a hallway with no door. There's 2 pieces of luggage here. Well, I understand what you mean by open, but what you mean by there are only open doors going out, I don't know what that means. Did you see only open doors somewhere? Well, I would connect the power cord, but the jack I'm using on my phone is connected to the microphone. Yeah. What I can do is I have another device I can switch to, which will interrupt the stream, and you'll have to actually pick up a second stream on my homepage. I could do that if you guys don't mind switching over to there. You'll have to just go to my homepage and like click stream once it picks up. I do have another device I can switch to do that. "43 is a repeat?" Oh, sorry, I meant 34. So you said we had 34 in one of the rooms before. That was a number we came across. Okay, I'll wait till this device cuts out and then I'll jump over. So if the stream stops all of a sudden, then you know why. And just keep checking on my homepage. It'll probably only take like a minute or 2 for me to get it up again. Well, I like the umbrella pointing towards 41. Umbrellas were used as a clue before in one of the rooms. There was like a bunch of umbrellas next to the door. Oh, even the paintbrush is pointing towards 41 as well. A moment of hope. Also, there's some images over here of a ballet dancer and what looks like a tap dancing man in a top hat. That's interesting. So he's holding a cane that has like a knob on the end. This actually, I called this a paintbrush before, but it doesn't look like a paintbrush. It looks like a wand with a knob on the end. And I remember back in that room with the elephant foot, one of the things in the elephant foot was like a cane with a knob on the end. So, seeing some of the same stuff. You see 3 pieces of luggage? I see 1 too. Where's the third one? Three paintings, 3 doors, 3 paintbrushes. Are you counting the umbrella as luggage? Okay, yeah, the umbrella. Okay. Maybe. The pillows look weird. This pillow here looks like half a pillow. Doesn't it look weird to you guys? Like it's missing half. And this one has half the door open. The umbrella's pointing there. The wand slash paintbrush is pointing here. I don't know. Someone laid on the pillow. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, I'm inclined to say 41, but I'll go with whatever vote you guys have if you have any particularly strong inclination telling you to go somewhere. You say 41 also? Okay. We'll go with 41. The Jokage is saying 34, so we have a toss-up here. What makes you say 34, Jokage? I mean, it is the one door that's open to a very dark-looking hallway that has some light at the end of it. My vote counts as well, sure. I just want to hear Jokage's reasoning for 34. 4 sets of 3. What are the sets of 3? 3 doors, 3 luggage, 3 paintbrushes. Oh. 4 sets of 3. Maybe. Well, all right. I think since we have 2 votes for 41. Well, I'm compelled to go for that one, but we'll have to keep 34 in mind because maybe that'll pop up again later on. Because yeah, we did see it before. I think you're right about that. Yeah, following the pointing seems to have been okay so far. Alright, 41. But yeah, if we are led to our doom, then we'll have to remember that maybe 34 was the way we were supposed to go. Okay. Thanks for being a good sport, Jokic. Alright, another new page. Okay. A room with a special piece of furniture I thought might appeal to my guests. How can we trust that thing, one remarked. Who knows where it ends up? Oh, they're talking about this slide. I knew naturally, but that wasn't the point. They were pretty sure of themselves and went right on to blank. So yeah, not much dialogue going on here, except that the guests don't trust this contraption. I wouldn't either. Um, wow, some interesting stuff going on here. One is a repeat door, that's true. And we know where that goes. That takes us to the very beginning again, which may be like a warning, saying, oh, you went the wrong way, here's your last chance, or something. Like, that could be possible, or maybe not. Apparently, there's a door 35 up here if we go up the ladder. 35. There's 10, which I think we walked through room 10 again before, didn't we? Yeah, we went through 10. That was the one where the doorknob rattled. There's a bunch of trumpets in the way. A bunch of horns in the way. 38. That one looks like maybe not a good idea. You said the frog is looking at 35? Huh. Yeah. There's a fly on the picture here, but yes, his eyes are pointing up towards the ceiling, which would be like, the door would be like up here above the picture. There's some kind of weird person figure here with a target for a face and a box of mushrooms at its feet, on its feet, which is really weird. I had no idea what to make of that. There's a fifth trumpet. Oh yeah, right here outside the door. Horns, 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 trumpets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's possible to count how many mushrooms there are, but there is one falling outside of the box. So this contraption has 4 main legs and then 2 legs of the ladder. Looks like it's a slide of some sort. There's an image of a doll, and she looks like she's plugging her ears. Maybe in response to the horns? Like, sound, plugging your ears, or something? Oh. I have no idea with this one. Italian Rebel, howdy! 38 looks dangerous. Yeah, I agree. Maybe if we go there, we end up like that fly when she flies near the frog. Oh, that's actually an interesting interpretation, yeah. Not a good sign for the fly. Yeah, maybe that means don't go in 38. Jokage, you're voting for 35, huh? Okay. The feet have a fungus problem. That's funny. Yeah. Foot fungus. Okay, we have another vote for 35. Plus T. I don't know what that means. A girl painting. 38 looks blocked. The frog is looking at 35. The feet have a fungus problem, yeah. Okay. Oh, are you saying +1? I don't know what that means. 35 scares me. We have no info on it. Maybe 1? So, we know that room 1 will lead us back to the very beginning, which maybe is what we're supposed to do. Maybe maybe we've already gone like on a bad path and this is like our last chance back out. But that may or may not be the case because we have seen a number one as well. That's the room that we started in the very beginning. Oh, okay. Spelling corrections. All right, so I know we have 2 votes for 35. So I think we'll just go there unless anyone is going to have any major objections. 35. I think we definitely all agree that 38 is a bad idea. Okay. 35. Again, a new page that I've not opened up, which I always think that's a good sign because I've gone through this book a lot of times myself and I always end up in the bad place. So if we're opening up pages that I've not been to, then that probably is good. This room looks pretty disheveled, yeah? Don't you think? Okay, so it says, what appeared to be someone's basement, one of them sank gratefully down on an old couch which promptly collapsed. I tried to hide my smile. That doesn't sound very good, does it? A totem, or tribal fetish, said one, walking around the center of the room. It could be a work of art, suggested another. Perhaps it's a signal to us, the thoughtful one said, a warning or direction. Not much help when there is only one way to go, put another. I still think it's a signal. Yes, I said right away, I'm sure you're right. She was immediately suspicious. Still, with no real choice to make, we left the thing standing alone in the light and went into... So this seems like maybe we're not doing so good. We literally only have one choice because we can't walk through these doors because they have no number. It looks like we have a blank canvas here, a light bulb in the middle of the room, some broken, disheveled furnishings, empty box in this corner. One of the couch cushions is over here. I mean, obviously we only have one choice, but there still could be some kind of meaning to any of this. You guys vote 33. Well, I'm glad it's unanimous. Okay. Oh, taking notes on not the number sequence. I have not been taking note of the number sequence. I've been noting other things. But I'll probably go back and watch this and take notes so that when we have our second session, we won't be repeating. Yeah. All right, so obviously 33 is the way we're going, and I'm not feeling too confident about it. But let's see. Oh, okay. Well, it's still a new room. So I don't think that we are on the bad path, but we might still not be on the right path, if that makes sense. All right. So it says 35 is a repeat. Yeah, 35 will just take us back to where we were. And then we'll just have to come back in this room again because it was our only choice, right? So we could go back and forth between 33 and 35, like indefinitely. um, the room with no floors. They crowded each other on the narrow ledge. The bold one ventured out into the center, realizing that they could see all of the signs only from the center of the room. Several wanted to turn back. With exaggerated caution, considering their predicament, they finally reached the door they wanted and eventually found themselves in. Wow, okay. Well, the fact that it says that you can only view. What did it say? They could only see all of the signs from the center of the room. But our perspective is not the center, so there's apparently other things to look at that are maybe right directly behind us, but we can't go through them. Alright, so let's see what you guys are seeing here. The planks look so convincing. It's one of the... What are you saying here? What's on the couch, left side? Oh, in the last room? I don't know. 35 is a repeat from the stage room. The stage room. Okay. I'm glad you're keeping track of that, because I'm not. Symbols on the top. Yeah, there's little drawings here. So on 3, it looks like... Oh, I can't tell what that is. Coins or rings of some sort. There's 2 circles that look like they say the number 8. There's also a vase, a drawing of a vase here. On this door, which has no number, so we can't go through it, it has a fly and a key. The fly, I think, was a bad sign before, so not that we can go through that one anyway. 35, another pitcher style vase. And what in the world is that? I'm not entirely sure. It looks like 2 little flutes in the form of a V, maybe? It's in the shadows, it's hard to see. And then 7 has a dagger and what looks like a crown of some sort. Here's a violin outside of 35. And here's another trumpet horn thing, which we saw those before in one of the rooms, right? Yeah, you see the horn and the violin. Seven has daggers and a bear trap on it. Oh, does that look like a bear trap to you? Or are you seeing something else? I thought it looked like a crown, but maybe it's a bear trap? Not sure. And up here is an image of... the bottom half of an image that looks like some kind of wagon. Something like that. Oh, you think it might be a bee? Possibly. I feel like it looks a lot like that fly, though, that was drawn in the other room. Like the wing shape and everything. You think the violin points to 7, even though it's sitting outside 35. It is still pointing up to the number 7, you're right. Interesting. Yeah, if that's a bear trap and a dagger, that definitely would I would say be bad. Yeah, the shadows up here are kind of interesting. I can't really make much of them. They seem like it's just the lights of the boards shining up. I don't see anything in particular about them. Okay, well, so our only real options are 3 and 7, because 35 is just going to lead us back to this room. So we have 7 with the dagger and a crown and or bear trap. The violin points to 7. The trumpet points to 3 and is sitting out front of 3. We did see trumpets before. I don't know if we saw any kind of violin before, did we? You think it might be in pairs? Where do you see the pairs? You mean the images? Yeah, there's 2 drawings on each door. Each door has 2 columns. Alright. Well, my vote is for 3. Anyone else want to ring in on this one? Just because, I don't know, the trumpets. I don't know, I feel safer with the trumpets for some reason. Okay, Jokic votes for 3 as well. Italian Rebel, what do you mean by 3 pairs? What pairs are you referring to? We have a vase on 3 and a similar vase on 35. Fly on drum room, and 7 could be the frog we saw before. When in doubt, go left. Okay, so hello, Edward. Thanks for joining us. All right, so that makes another vote for 3. Oh, Bernie, you're voting for 7. Okay, you're gonna go against the crowd, huh? All right. It looks like. All right. Well, it looks like people are saying 3. So let's see where that takes us. All right. Okay. This is a room I actually have been in before. Yeah. Again, I don't think we're on the bad path, but it might not necessarily be like the right path, you know? Okay, so this one says an entirely different kind of place. The group complained of feeling all turned around. As well they might, because no one wanted to stay here very long. They missed the real sign while looking through the obvious. People in their situation, confronted with a challenge, tend to accept the terms of the challenge as given, without examining it from all sides.